Hi, this is Steph. I'm doing problem 2 on homework number 1, which says in D4, so in a square, which I drew down here for you, find all elements x such that part A says x cubed equals v. So if I start with my original square, if I perform the same symmetry 3 times in a row, I want to end up with a vertical reflection of the original. So from the original to the vertical reflection, I know my orientation changes. So I know that it can't be a rotation. So I already know that these aren't my answers. So if I perform one of these 3 times, which one will end up looking like this? And that's going to be a vertical reflection. So in this case, x equals v. Part B says if I perform the same symmetry 3 times, it'll look like a 90-degree rotation of the original. So here's my original on the left, and after performing the symmetry 3 times, I want it to look like this thing here on the right. So orientation is the same, so I know that it can't be a reflection. So it has to be some sort of rotation. But if I performed R0 3 times, it would look exactly the same, so I know it can't be that. If I performed R90 3 times, it would look like R270, not like R90, so we can cross that out. If I performed R180 3 times, it would end up still looking like R180, so we can cross that out. So our final answer must be R270. You can also think of it as 270 times 3, so I'm doing it 3 times, right? I get 810 degrees. So that's like 3 complete turns with 90 degrees left over. So it makes sense that you would end up with R90. So in this case, x equals R270. Part C wants to know what symmetry performed 3 times would give me R0. So if I do something 3 times, my original has to go back to looking exactly like the original. So any reflection 3 times is not going to look the same as the original, so we can get rid of those right away. If I did R0 3 times, it would definitely look the same, right? R90 3 times would end up with R270, not going to work. R180 3 times, you'd get R180, not going to work. R270 3 times, we just did it in the last one, we would get R90, so that's not going to work. So my answer is x must be R0. All right, part D says that x squared equals R0. So this one, if I do something twice, I want it to look the same as the original. So we know R0 is going to work. R90 twice would be R180. R180 twice would be R0, so that works. R270 twice would be like 540 degrees, which minus 360, you get 180. So it would be like R180, so that's not going to work. Vertical, if I flip it vertically twice, I get the original. Same thing for horizontal and both diagonals. So in this case, my x could be 6 different things. It could be R0, R180, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, or diagonal prime. So those are my answers for part D. And last, x squared equals h. So if I do something twice, I want it to look like just a horizontal reflection of the original. So since the orientation changes, I know it can't be any of the rotations, right? So if I do a reflection twice, it ends up looking the same as the original. So it can't be any of these either. So in this case, no x's fit the criteria. So my answer would be that x isn't possible. And that's it. Hope that was clear.